much for coming out and giving us your views on Expropriation Bill 23 of 2020. Thank you so much for taking time to come out to join us today. Thank you so much.
Lebitso la ka ke Madeline Hecklin, le nna ke setho sa DA ke tswa mane Gauteng Midrand, mme ke thabile haholo hore e be le lona le teng ka jeno re tlo mamela maikutlo a lona ke a le amohela.
Dumelang, good morning, goeiemôre, sanbonani. My name is Wayne Thring. I represent the African Christian Democratic Party in National Parliament on this Committee of Public Works and Infrastructure. It's good to be in Welkom. We feel very welcomed in your town and your city. Looking forward to hearing your inputs and may God bless you.
Lebitso la ka ke Wayne Thring wa mokgatlo wa ACDP, mme le nna ke mane Parlamenteng ya Afrika Borwa committee ena ya mesebetsi ya setjhaba le meralo ya motheo. Ke thabile haholo hore e be le rona re amohetswe plekeng ena e ntle ya Welkom. Isa ka modimo a ka ba le lona re tla thabela haholo ho utlwa maikutlo a lona ke a leboha.
Goeiemôre almal. I'm Sharon van Skalkwyk. I'm a member of the African National Congress, deployed National Assembly. I'm part of this portfolio committee. I'm part of this portfolio committee of Public Works and Infrastructure, and I am from Uppington in the Northern Cape, and we are glad to be here today in Welkom, and we appreciate all your inputs. Thank you very much.
Lebitso la ka ke Sharon van Skalkwyk, mme ke setho sa ANC mane Parlamenteng ke tswa Uppington. Ke thabile haholo le nna hore e be re tla kgona hore re kopane ka jeno re tlo utlwa maikutlo a lona re a le amohela ke a leboha.
Sanbonan. My name is Tim Mashele, a member of the Portfolio Committee in Public Works, deployed in the National Assembly by the African National Congress. I am from Bushbuck region, Mpumalanga. It is my pleasure to be part of this assembly. Thank you very much.
Lebitso la ka ke Tim Mashele, ke rometswe mane National Assembly ke mokgatlo wa ANC ke setho sa committee ena ya mesebetsi ya setjhaba le meralo ya motheo ke tswa Bushbuck region mane Mpumalanga. Ke thabetse haholo ho ba le lona ka jeno mme re tla thabela ho utlwa maikutlo a lona ke a leboha.
Good morning. My name is Alphas Matebula. I'm a member of Parliament, and I'm also a member of this important portfolio committee, which is here to do a very important work today. I'm also a member of the only People's Party or organization, Africa, the African National Congress. I come from Mpumalanga as my province, from a town called Wazamuhle Henrina, under Stikshweta municipality. I would like to thank you for coming here in this important gathering, and I hope and trust that we are going to benefit from one another. And I want to say really, thank you very much.
Lebitso la ka ke Alphas Matebula, le nna ke romeletswe mane Parlamenteng ke mokgatlo o moholo wa ANC ke tswa toropong e bitswang Henrina mane Mpumalanga. Le nna ke thabile haholo ho ebe ka jeno re tlo kopana re utlwe maikutlo a lona ka molawana ona o bohlokwa ha kana le amohelehile ke a leboha.
Thank you, honorable members. If there are any members of the provincial legislature, councillors, if there are any delegations, we'll introduce them when I get those lists. We are here.
Ditho tse kgabane haeba ho ena le makhanselara a teng dintho tsa ntlo ya ketsa molao ya mona Freistata, marena a rona ha ba le teng ba tla tlisa mabitso a bona mona tafoleng re kgone ho le tsebisa bona.
We are here as the Portfolio Committee of Public Works and Infrastructure to seek your views on Expropriation Bill number 23 of 2020.
Re mona ho tla nka batla maikutlo a lona ka bili ena ya kgapo ya dithoto ya B23 ya 2020.
This bill has been introduced to repeal Expropriation Act number 63 of 1975.
Bili ena e hlahisitswe tjena ho ka hlakola molao o ntseng o le teng wa kgapo ya dithoto wa 63 wa 1975.
As you can clearly hear the year that act was adopted,
Jwalo ka ha le utlwa hore na molao o ananetswe selemong sefe.
it is not in line with the constitution that is ruling this country
Ho
of
utlwa-
1996.
Ho utlwahala hore molawana ona ha o tsamaelane le molaotheo wa rona o tsamaisang naha ena o ileng wa ananelwa ka 1996.
We are therefore seeking your comments on this bill, which is in line with the constitution.
Ka hona re batla ho utlwa maikutlo a lona ka bili ena e ikamahanyang le molaotheo.
This bill seeks to guide the processes and procedures for expropriation of property by the organs of state.
Bili ena e ikemiseditse ho tataisa tshebetso le ditsamaiso tse ka latelwang ho ka hapa dithoto ka mmuso le setjhaba.
Expropriation of property for public use or public interest.
Kgapo ya dithoto molemong wa tshebediso ke mmuso le setjhaba.
We therefore seek your comments or your views, whether you support or you are in objection of the bill.
Ka hona re batla ho utlwa maikutlo a lona le ditshwaelo tsa lona hore na le tshehetsa bili ena kapa le hanyetsana le yona na.
Please feel free to express your views without fear or favor.
Lokolohang ho ntsha maikutlo a lona le sa tshabe letho.
We will be noting down and our team is recording everything that we'll be speaking and
Ntho
saying.
enngwe le enngwe eo le tla beng le bua re tla be re ntse re ngola fatshe ebile re ntse re recorda.
Feel free to express yourselves in any of the 11 official languages that you're comfortable with.
Le lokolohile ho ka bua ka puo efe kapa efe eo le batlang dipuong tsa rona tsa Afrika Borwa tse 11.
You will only have 3 minutes to express your views.
Le tla fuwa metsotso e meraro fela ho ntsha maikutlo a lona.
Please state your name and the organization that you are representing.
Ka kopo o bulele lebitso la hao le hore na o emela mokgatlo ofe.
Even if you came as an individual, just indicate so that you are not representing any organization, it's your views.
Le haeba ha wa romelwa ka ke mokgatlo o itlisitse ka bowena o bulele hore wena ha o emele mokgatlo ofe kapa ofe o tlile mona ka bowena.
I will now point to those that would like to speak,
Jwale ke tla supa batho ba batlang ho bua.
and those that have pointed to the security will allow them. We have demarcated an area in which they will be sitting.
Mme ba o ke tlang ho ba supa ba tla tla hona le dibaka tse ba lokelang ho dula ho tsona le tla tla le bewa ho tsona.
May I then see hands?
Ke kopa le phamise matsoho he ba batlang ho bua.
Those that would like to speak.
Phamisang matsoho.
We have a number 1 there. Can you please direct him to where you would like to speak? Number 2, yes, that is number 2. There's number 3, there's number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7. I think I only see 7 heads.
Ke bona fela matsoho a supileng.
It's number 7. I've pointed it to you, yeah. You can just come in front, they are going to direct you.
Le ka tla ka pele batho ba supueng le tla bontsha hore na le dule kae.
My sight here is challenged, as you can see that there is an addition of eyes.
Ha ke bone hantle le a bona le lona ke rwetse
So I
dibueng.
may not see your hand, but if you have raised your hand, can you please come in front? Because I still only have 7 here, and
Nka-
we take 10 at a time.
E ka nna ya ba ha ko bone empa haeba o phamisitse letsoho o ka tla ka pele ka mona re batla batho ba 10. Empa ha jwale ke hona ke bonang batho ba supileng fela.
Any other hands?
Ana hona le matsoho a mang hape? Ho lefifi ha re bone hantle molao mona.
Any other hands? Okay. Then can you please sort out your mics and all so that the person who is speaking? Okay. Okay, the first speaker.
Good morning. My name is Mani Pretorius. I'm representing the Freedom Front Plus from Ventersburg. The proposal of expropriation with null compensation under certain circumstances is nothing different than exploration without compensation. It means the same thing to us. 92% of claimants in the land restitution program opted to receive financial compensation instead of the land claimed. Claimants prefer financial compensation and not the land, and that is a fact. The beneficiaries' preference for financial compensation is the cause for inflated land prices and not landowners. This is confirmed by the annual report of the Commission on Restitution of Land Rights. The data of settled restitution claims revealed that an amount was paid for land in hectares, and then additional amount was paid to beneficiaries who didn't want land but who preferred financial compensation. In 2013-2014, the land cost was inflated by 30.28%. In 2014-2015, inflated by 56.29%. Due to financial compensation. The land audit, a transactional approach of November 2017, report found that twice as much land was transferred to black entrepreneurs and farmers throughout ordinary commercial purchases, but the state had managed to buy for black owners as part of its land's redistribution program. There is sufficient land available for land reform. Landowners do not inflate the land cost, and the willing buyer, willing seller policy is not the effect of the land reform. Government is in possession of many hectares of land, but fails to carry such land over to beneficiaries. Fraud and corruption regarding land reform projects have led to the failure with land reform. The provision of null compensation will make all property rights null and void. The erosion of property rights in South Africa will create uncertainty, which will inevitably divert potential investment away from the country and will ultimately result in economic failure for South Africa. It will lead to job losses and food insecurity. The proposed constitutional amendment of Section 2.
You have a written submission. You can just give it to our team.
Thank you.
A reminder of 3 minutes, and after that, we indicate to you that your time is up.
Can I carry on? Good morning. Free State Agriculture members of the Lejweleputswa district. We reject the expropriation bill in its current format for the following reasons. We reject all reference to circumstances where compensation could be null or even below market value. Hence, we reject Section 12.3 and 12.4 of any other reference to the possibility of null compensation. We strongly believe that opening the gap for expropriation for land reform at null compensation will cause a total collapse in the South African economy because it will destroy investor confidence and will not be in the best public interest. It will also not be in the best interest of current and future black farm landowners. There is no need to amend legislation to make the implicit explicit, if Section 25 of the Constitution of South Africa already makes clear provision for calculating compensation of land for land reform. Market value as the basis for calculating compensation, as explicitly stated in the Constitution, is not negotiable. The definition of public interest in the bill is far too broad and will provide opportunities for misuse of power by government officials. The definition of expropriation should inter alia be in line with the permutations of expropriation as recognized by the courts internationally, and focus should be on the loss that the owner suffers and not on the acquisition by government organs. Access to courts is non-negotiable. However, the bill does not support the financial burden of the landowner to access the courts if the already expropriated landowner, who's already lost his means of earning an income now, doesn't feel that he has received a just and equal compensation. We hence reject the bill in its current format. Thank you.
Okay. No. Thanks, Chair. My name is Kantla Baba. I'm the citizen of South Africa, also staying in Free State. I think I want to reiterate that we agree with the expropriation bill without compensation. I think, Chair, you have also mentioned clearly that is in line with the Constitution, but also current Constitution. But also, we must do away with the myth that seeks to suggest that when the land is taken, even the property, in itself would amount to food security, wherein commissions will then be made like Zondo, because that myth is very wrong. Taking the land to the people, it's beneficial. And our people, historically, the land was taken away from them. It is time that they benefit. Benefits of land include ensuring that our people will get jobs, and the people will harvest their land. Land, it's economy. It is important that the land is returned back to the people, which previously it was taken away from them. So I want to indicate clearly, and many of us can also, some maybe say no, but expropriation of land without compensation. It is a necessity. It must happen. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's Lejweleputswa area, and I represent the commercial farmers unions in the Bultfontein and Webster areas. We reject the expropriation bill. We feel very strongly about this. The bill is currently, even though it hasn't been written into law, is currently doing enormous damage to our economy, as can be seen in the unemployment rates, as one example. Section 25 of the Constitution, according to the government, is not clear. What is not clear, I do not understand. It is a law, it has been there for a while, and I also find it strange that the chair of this meeting can say that a law should be scrapped because of its age and not because of its content. Government says, the law seeks to amend a lot of things. It seems to want to clarify, which according to government is not clear. I believe things in the bill are clear. One of the things that needs to clarify is public interest. What is public interest? Who will determine what public interest is? It also talks about property, but there is no clear definition of property. These things are defined properly. Then we can take a look at it. The market value should, as currently in the Constitution, in our view, is the only foundation basis to work from. Excuse me, I'm still recovering from COVID. The bill aims to use land reform as a guise to destroy all property rights. And this is economic suicide as far as we're concerned. Food security is definitely threatened as investors and companies that are crucial for food production will leave the country, and all this because of poor definitions set out in the bill. There are many other ways to get fair and equitable land reform. We believe that this is not one of them, and we believe that government is not serious in its attempts to do land reform as clearly shown in the pathetic budgets that they've allocated to land reform. We're supposed to trust government officials to decide what public interest is and to decide what property should be. Property could be anything from proven themselves untrustworthy, irresponsible, and
Your
corrupt.
time is up. Thank you.
Good morning, Madam Chairperson. My name is André Steiger. I represent the Democratic Alliance in Matshabeng and my 3 daughters who I hope will prosper in this country. In 1990, the Peruvian government wanted to sell their version of what is our Telkom. And they put it in the market and it was valued for 50 cents. They felt it was worth more, but nobody was willing to buy it. The reason for that being is that it wasn't clear what the Peruvian telecommunication company consisted of. There was no clear